What role does imposter syndrome play in our businesses, and what do we do about it? Let me lay the groundwork by starting with a couple of stories. I recently started taking guitar lessons, and I used Google to find someone who would come to my house since I'm a new mom of two and I work from home, so I basically never leave the house. For those who don't know me, I have a master's in music, I can play flute and piano, and I was a professional opera singer for 10 years. I'm coming into this simultaneously a complete beginner at guitar and a master level musician. I was pretty particular about who I wanted to work with because I didn't want to just memorize chords. I wanted to build on the foundation of music knowledge I already have to really understand the guitar. And I wanted to find my own voice on the guitar so I can accompany myself in future performances. To my great delight, I found a teacher through this rinky-dink website who would come to my house to teach me guitar, had really impressive professional credentials, and the price was laughably low. Like, I'm talking $100 a month for an expert level performer and teacher who drives to and from my house 4 times a month. And after we got started, he told me that he sends me a recap video after every lesson that he records, edits, exports, and uploads to a shared folder so I can review this week's exercises and practice plan. So, being a coach to creative entrepreneurs like him, I straight up told him during my first lesson, "Why do you charge so little? With your experience, your quality of teaching, and your extra recap videos, I would never in a million years expect you to charge me $100 a month." He smiled and looked down and just kind of nodded, saying, "Yeah, I don't know why, but I just have this imposter syndrome about my rates." Listen, every single business owner, freelancer, self-employed human being on this planet has imposter syndrome about their rates. Literally every single one. So here's the truth. None of us know the right way to do anything the first time it's done. Because there isn't one. No one on the history of this earth has ever lived your life, acquired your exact skill set and life experience, and sold your services. Your offerings and pricings are as unique as you are. Yes, sure, you can be aware of what the market does. But look at Tony Robbins. He is a coach in my field. As of a few years ago, he charged $1 million per year to work with him. It has probably gone up since inflation. When you are you, you get to name your value and your worth. And I guarantee you, whoever it is that represents that level in your industry, the Tony Robbins of your world, that person also experiences imposter syndrome.
It's just fear that you're not enough. We all have that fear, brother.
Yeah.
I feel that at times.
So I said to my guitar teacher, our rates are a reflection of two things, our value and our worth. What value do I bring to my clients? And what do I believe I am worth? Knowing you for all of 5 minutes, I know you know how much value you bring me. Your decades of experience, your above and beyond teaching, your stellar knowledge. So why don't you believe you're worth it? He didn't have an answer, but it did open a whole new conversation with him. So let me tell you one other story to further my point. I was a seasoned coach with a thriving 6-figure practice, and I decided to scale my business by offering a high-ticket group coaching program. I called it the Powerhouse Entrepreneur Program, and it was one of the biggest learning curves of my entire adult life. And of course, as I hope you're getting from this video, I felt like an imposter. But I persevered. I created the content from scratch. I decided the price of the program with the help of a coach. I believed in myself in the program, and I filled the program. Success story, the end, right? Wrong. After the program started, every single moment I engaged with the content, the calls, my clients after the start of the program, it was like an ongoing battle with that voice in my head calling me an imposter. I took it to my coach at the time, and she'd asked me this. I know you believe you're worth this price because I was there with you when you named it. But is your worth this? This meaning the level of panic and anxiety I was having regularly from my exceedingly high expectations of myself. I was so determined to over-deliver in value in order to prove my worth that I was making myself miserable. I said, yes, my worth is worth this, kind of indignantly at the time, but it made me realize something. The first thing I learned is that worth and value are not at all the same thing, and they both play important roles in our imposter syndrome as business owners. My teacher knew the value of his teaching, but he questioned if he was worth it. I knew my worth, but I questioned the value of my program to my clients. Both of these are two sides of the same coin of imposter syndrome, but one is an internal measurement and one is an external one. What am I worth and what is it worth to them? The second lesson I learned is that there is no escaping imposter syndrome, or this fear of being and doing enough. You can undervalue yourself because of imposter syndrome and suffer those consequences. You can charge what you're worth, but still have imposter syndrome and question whether you're doing enough to earn that value. Our self-worth is the foundation of our world as business owners. When we don't acknowledge and embody our worthiness, we rob the world of what could be our greatest contributions. My amazing guitar teacher is stressed, exhausted, overcommitted, and underpaid. Imagine what kind of a teacher he will be when he's resourced, rested, and rewarded properly. Not to mention how much happier a human he'll get to be. And the value that we offer is not a measurement of our inner worth, but a monetary measurement of expectations. I was stressed, anxious, and properly paid, but imagine what kind of a coach I got to be when I unshackled myself from the fear of not doing enough and simply trusted in the value of my work. Imposter syndrome dissolves when we build our inner belief of being enough and trust ourselves in that we are doing enough. So, creator, ask yourself these two questions when your imposter syndrome is raging about taking that next leap of growth. What value do I bring my clients? Meaning, how much do I charge them for what they gain from me? What is my skill, time, and experience worth? Meaning, how much do I believe I'm worth and would make this transaction fulfilling to me? Name the number that merges these two, and remember, we're all just making shit up as we go, at every moment of every day. Might as well make it worth it. And with that, we've come to the end of today's episode of the Contentment Creator Podcast, where we've covered imposter syndrome in ourselves, our marriages, our parenthood, and our businesses. Whether you caught the whole episode or one of our segments, either way, thank you for making it all the way to the end. And I hope you are subscribed so you don't miss another episode. Join me on my mission to turn a world full of content creators into a world of contentment creators. Bye, y'all.